What's up, Commanders fans? It's your guy here at Commanders HQ, bringing you the latest buzz surrounding our Washington Commanders. And let me tell you, things are moving fast this offseason. Dan Quinn and Adam Peters aren't playing around. This team is locked in, hungry, and focused on perfecting every aspect of the roster so we can bring that Lombardi trophy back to DC now. Before we dive into today's big story, and it's a juicy one involving a potential blockbuster trade and a big-name coaching hire, go ahead and smash that like button. It helps the channel big time, and if you're part of this new era in Washington, show your support and help spread the word. We're just getting started. All right, let's talk about the name that's got the NFL world buzzing. Breece Hall. Yep, the Washington Commanders, a team that's already shocked the league with some bold moves this offseason, have now been named a potential suitor for the explosive New York Jets running back. Sounds wild, right? But let's break it down. Breece Hall was supposed to be the Jets' guy, a home run hitter in the backfield. He showed flashes of stardom during his rookie year before a knee injury sidelined him. Since then, he's been solid. Nothing earth-shattering, but still a big play threat when healthy. So what's the issue? Well, with new head coach Aaron Glenn stepping in, the Jets are leaning toward a committee approach at running back. Glenn said it himself, and I quote, "We have 3 running backs on this team that we're going to utilize as much as possible. I think every player is going to be happy with the way we go about this offense." Translation, Hall might not be the guy anymore. And that's a tough pill to swallow, especially in a contract year when he's looking to get paid. That's where the Commanders come in, with how aggressive Adam Peters has been this offseason, pulling off the Deebo Samuel deal, trading for Laramie Tunsil. It wouldn't shock anyone if he made another move, especially if the price is right. In fact, FanDuel Sportsbook recently floated a potential Commanders trade package for Hall. And while it sparked a ton of debate on social media, it does raise an interesting question. Should the Commanders trade for Breece Hall? Let's weigh the pros and cons here. Pro. Explosiveness. Hall adds a dynamic element to the offense. Imagine him in the backfield alongside Jaden Daniels. Defenses would have nightmares trying to contain both. Win now, move. The Commanders aren't rebuilding anymore. They're reloading. Adding a playmaker like Hall could elevate the offense even further. Familiarity with the scheme. Hall's versatility fits the new offensive vision under Cliff Kingsbury. He's a threat running or catching out of the backfield. Just what Kingsbury loves. Cons. Cost. Washington already gave up a 2026 second-rounder for Tunsil. Giving up even more future picks for a running back, in a league where RBs are devalued, is risky. Injury history. Hall's ACL injury is in the past, but it's always something to monitor. Luke McCaffrey, the rookie flashed in year. They're one and could earn a bigger role. Do you risk stunting his growth? So where do we stand? Most insiders believe the Commanders are more likely to target a running back in the upcoming draft, one of the deepest RB classes in years. But if Hall becomes available at a discount, would Peters pull the trigger? Don't rule it out. If we've learned anything this offseason, it's that Adam Peters isn't afraid to swing big. Now let's shift gears a bit, because we've got some exciting coaching news as well. Former NFL star wide receiver Wes Welker is officially joining the Washington Commanders coaching staff, according to ESPN. That's right, that Wes Welker, the 5-time Pro Bowler. The guy who led the league in receptions 3 times, a technician, a legend in the slot. And now, he's bringing that elite experience to help develop our young wide receivers. Welker, who was recently let go by the Dolphins, brings years of coaching experience. He was a WR's coach for the 49ers under Kyle Shanahan, and before that, worked with the Texans and Dolphins in offensive assistant roles. And now, he joins a Commanders coaching staff that's getting more impressive by the day. Let me say this. This hire is huge for guys like Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, and even Luke McCaffrey. Welker knows what it takes to succeed in the NFL at the highest level. He knows how to separate, how to run crisp routes, how to read coverages, and now he gets to pass all that knowledge on to our guys. You pair Welker's teaching with Cliff, Kingsbury's system and Jaden Daniels' arm talent, that's a recipe for fireworks. It's yet another sign that the Commanders aren't just aiming to be good, they want to be elite. Every piece of this off-season puzzle points toward a franchise that's finally found direction. So let's zoom out and look at what Adam Peters and Dan Quinn have done since stepping into their roles. Traded for Deebo Samuel Sr., acquired elite left tackle Laramie Tunsil, added proven veterans across the defense, signed key role players to build out the depth chart, now potentially targeting Breece Hall, and just brought in Wes Welker to mentor our receivers. This isn't just roster building, this is team building, and all of it is centered around the rapid emergence of Jaden Daniels. The Commanders know they have a special quarterback on their hands, and rather than wasting years trying to wait and see, they're giving him everything he needs to win right now. We're watching the birth of a new era in Washington. A front office that's aggressive but calculated, a coaching staff that's forward-thinking, and a roster that's finally starting to match the energy and passion of this fan base. One of the biggest headlines out of Ashburn this offseason was the blockbuster trade that brought wide receiver Deebo Samuel Sr. to DC. And let's be honest, if Deebo can return to his 2013-21 form, this Commanders offense could be downright terrifying for defenses across the league. We're talking about a player who, just a few seasons ago, was an All-Pro, a Pro Bowler, and one of the most dynamic threats in the entire NFL. That year, Deebo racked up an insane 1,770 yards from scrimmage and scored 14 total touchdowns. Defenses had no answer for him, whether he was lined up out wide, in the slot, or even taking handoffs out of the backfield. He was doing it all. But since then, things cooled off a bit. Injuries, changing roles in the offense, and let's not sugarcoat it, some ups and downs with conditioning. That's where the Commanders come in. And, more importantly, where a familiar face from Deebo's early days could help him reignite that flame. Enter Wes Welker. That's right. According to a report from ESPN's Mike Rice, the Commanders have added former NFL wide receiver Wes Welker to the coaching staff in a personnel analyst role. But don't let the title fool you. Welker is going to be doing far more than just sitting behind a desk. Per multiple reports, including Nikki Javala from The Washington Post and Matt Barrows of The Athletic, Welker is expected to work closely with both the coaching and personnel departments. He's essentially going to be a bridge, helping evaluate talent, develop players, and assist in game planning. And here's the kicker. Welker was Deebo Samuel's WR coach in San Francisco from 2019 to 2021. That means he was right there, every step of the way, as Deebo developed into one of the league's most feared offensive weapons. 2021, Deebo's best season, was also Welker's last with the Niners. Coincidence? Maybe, but probably not. Wes Welker wasn't just Deebo's coach. He was the guy holding him accountable behind the scenes. One of the most under the radar. Details to come out recently? Welker was reportedly the only coach who stayed on top of Deebo's conditioning and weight management in San Francisco. That's not a minor thing. During his time with the 49ers, Deebo struggled with weight fluctuations, and that impacted his performance and durability. Welker stayed on him about it, and it showed in the results. Bringing Welker back into the picture could be a stroke of genius by Commanders GM Adam Peters. Remember, Peters has history with Welker from their time together in both New England and Denver. There's trust there, there's chemistry, and there's a shared vision of what this offense can be with Jaden Daniels at the helm and Deebo Samuel as a centerpiece. Let's take a step back and look at what Wes Welker did during his own NFL career. He was a monster in the slot, precise routes, elite hands, incredible toughness. Over 12 NFL seasons, he racked up 903 receptions for nearly 10,000 yards and 50 touchdowns. He made 5 straight Pro Bowls from 2008 to 2012 and helped lead the Patriots to the Super Bowl in 2011, where he caught 122 passes that season alone. Welker knows what it takes to perform at a high level week in and week out. He's played with Tom Brady. He's coached under Kyle Shanahan. And now, he's part of a rapidly evolving commander staff that already includes guys like Cliff Kingsbury, head coach Dan Quinn, and of course, rising superstar quarterback Jayden Daniels. You think Deebo Samuel's not fired up to have Welker back in his corner? This could be a game changer. Now, let's talk scheme, because this matters. Cliff Kingsbury's offense is all about speed, space, and mismatches. And who better to take advantage of that than Deebo Samuel? You line him up all over the field, move him in motion, give him jet sweeps, screens, slants. It's a matchup nightmare. And let's not forget, he's going to be catching passes from a quarterback in Jayden Daniels who can extend plays, run the read option, and keep defenses honest with his legs. You can already imagine the pre-snap motion, the fake handoffs, the misdirection, and then boom, Deebo's gone. If Welker can help Deebo stay healthy, stay locked in, and get back to the fundamentals that made him great, there's no reason to think he can't replicate, or even exceed, that 2021 production. All right, Commanders fans, let's open up the floor. Would you want to see Washington make a move for Breece Hall? Or would you rather we stay patient and find our RB of the future in the draft? And how do you feel about Wes Welker joining the coaching staff? Think he'll help our young receivers take that next step? Let me know what you think in the comments. I read every one of them. This is a community, and your voice matters. We're building something special here, both on the field and right here on this channel. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. It really helps us reach more Commanders fans like you. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and turn on those notifications so you never miss a beat. Until next time, stay loyal, stay loud, and as always, hail to the Commanders.